The USAR Pro Cup Throwback weekend here at Hickory. Pace car, the USAR pace car, going to dive to the safety of the pit lane in the KRC Power Steering start zone, and a big wiggle for Cade Brown will set us off here at Hickory. Green flag in the air. Cade Brown able to gather it up after that shaky start. He'll lead lap number 1, but Mason Diaz didn't get quite the launch that he wanted. He'll be side by side for Carson Quapple, who now checks up there on the bottom side, gets a little bit loose, and will slot himself right into third in front of Bobby McCarty. Bassett Jr., big stack up there on the bottom, just in front of Connor Zilish.
Connor Hall trying to work over the number 22 of Landon Huffman, just up the road. More fighting for position. 45 of Honeycutt, 98 of Zilish.
Huffman's going to go around. Caution is out as Connor Hall, you saw it there on your screen, was trying to get to the inside of Landon Huffman. And the Jay Fogelman throwback gets into the back of the Jason Sarvis throwback off of turn number 2 into the KRC Power Steering restart zone. Perhaps a touch as they launch him once again. And we are back under green here at Hickory as Mason Diaz may try to take his claim of the race lead. They will stay side by side off of turn 2. Cade Brown, though, will clear as Quapple and Diaz go side by side.
Brown's going to be able to hold on to the lead. Diaz in at number 52, throwing it back to Kirk Leone, who was a former owner of the Southern National Motorsports Park, which the Diaz family now has the reins to. He's now up into that second spot. The Brian Ross 42 of Carson Quapple runs in third, door to door throughout the rest of the top 10. And now we see the Volt battery caution, and Dylan Wilson is going to take that as a bit of a gift as he will remain on the lead lap organically just as the yellow flies with 62 to go.
So working to the KRC Power Steering restart zone once again, and a great launch there on the top side. We'll see if everything is good on that restart, but it may be just what the doctor ordered. Side by side off of 2. They may have touched, but Mason Diaz challenging for the race lead here at Hickory.
Diaz trying to put up a fight as they come off the corner. The whole field is side by side. Diaz going to lead that lap by half a car length as he tries to pin Brown down in 1 and 2 to take the lead off the corner. Brown is hanging in there on the bottom.
Mason Diaz leads his first laps in Cars Tour competition since Dominion of last year. He is sideways off the corner, but is still able to hold on to the top spot down into turn 2. New race leader here at Hickory. It is Mason Diaz, clear of Cade Brown. Let's take another look.
He's coming off of turn number 4, and there's Wilson underneath what looks like Cameron Boland. He gets loose, comes up right into the path of the number 92 of Brian Barnhill, who was just on the pit lane after the most recent Volt battery caution, and things went from bad to worse for that of Barnhill as the 4 comes up right into the left front fender.
In the KRC Power Steering restart zone, though, 33 laps to go. Mason Diaz and Cade Brown door to door for the race lead in the throwback here at Hickory.
These restarts are starting to get a lot more physical as you see the hoods continuing to flap there in the midfield. On the inside, Mason Diaz to the point. Here comes Carson Quapple to potentially challenge Brown for second. Not going to be able to get alongside just yet, but Brown slips up off 2.
Brown with a little bit of a wiggle, and again, Carson Quapple, I think you mentioned it perfectly earlier, has been so committed down to that inside line. He's going to be able to clear Bobby McCarty there off of turn number 4 as McCarty and Bassett now. That is for the 4th position as we see it funnel out front. They are still 2 by 2 as the flapping issue for Lane Riggs does not appear to be improving, and Zilish is going to go around. Caden Honeycutt hard into the outside wall. Connor Hall will go down into the pit lane to miss the trouble, but Caden Honeycutt gets the worst end of it into the KRC Power Steering restart zone when we are back underway. An equal launch from the front row between Mason Diaz in the 52 and Cade Brown in the 44 side by side. Carson Quapple may look to make it 3 wide, but thought better of it getting down into turn number 3.
That may have been a championship move right there by Quapple inside of row 2. How about Cade Brown by half a car length, having a lead that time as they go into 1, and they're starting to rub and nudge even more off the corner.
No room given between these top 2. Bobby McCarty also trying to make a move on Carson Quapple for 3rd. To the stripe, give it to Mason Diaz as they may trade a little more paint amongst their throwback schemes up front. Cade Brown, hard charge here on the top side, might have Diaz clear off of the corner.
Diaz trying to keep the fender inside out of 4. He's got a good run here. Brown leads that lap. Contact is not going to be over yet amongst the front two. Quapple waiting in the wings in the 42 behind in third. Still door to door as they head to 3.
These two not letting up once again. They continue side by side. 27 laps to go. Diaz a slide off the corner. It'll let Cade Brown lead another lap. And now with Diaz kind of scraping that left front on the apron, can Brown get the run? Not yet. More contact made into turn 3. They continue that contact through turn 4. Can Carson Quapple take advantage of this?
The crowd that has come back to Hickory on this Sunday afternoon is certainly getting their money's worth, and they are on their feet off of turn number 2. Here comes Quapple trying to close in and make it a 3-car race for the lead as Diaz runs him up high.
2 cars battling for their first Cars Tour win, and in third looking for his 8th in Carson Quapple. They are still side by side as they have been since the drop of the green flag. More contact made on the back straightaway between Diaz and Cade Brown. There are going to be a lot of donuts on the side of these cars when they finally separate.
I don't know when that's going to be. How much more contact can these two endure? Now it's Diaz with a half-car length advantage. Slides up in front of Brown, who returns the favor in 3, but Diaz stands still like a roadblock and holds the top spot at the line.
Oh, he is sideways. Is Cade Brown going to use the bumper once again as they get down into 1 and 2? Yes, he is. Diaz goes up the racetrack. More contact made, and we will continue this battle here at Hickory. Cade Brown on the bottom. Mason Diaz slides up the racetrack, and Carson Quapple still waiting in the wings, hoping that they sort it out.
And back to the bottom comes Diaz there with a crossover move as they touch again off of turn 2.
Cade Brown once again up the racetrack. More contact made. They both slide off the corner. How can you not love the Cars Tour? Diaz back to the top spot. Brown will try to get the run off the corner once again.
Is Brown going to try to move them when they get down to 3? 20 to go when they come to the line. Diaz out front. Brown can't quite get there for now. At the line, single file for the first time in some time. Here comes Butterbean.
Don't tell me you can't pass in the Cars Tour here as Queen has driven through the field in about 20 laps. He's now to the inside of the points leader in Carson Quapple. Could this be an homage to what we might see as we go through the season? Contact made between these two. Remember what happened at Dominion between these two, as Queen trying to clear for third.
Ironically, McCarty watching it all out the windshield, just like Dominion. If these two get together, he can get a 2-for-1. It may not be for the lead, but it could be for a podium spot. 15 to go. The contact ensues.
Well, again, Quapple has said he always feels as though he's raced Queen cleanly. He may not know he has the car to hold him off right now, but he can make his job so difficult to try and go chase down those front two. As now Brendan Queen clear of Carson Quapple. Perhaps a little more contact off the corner as Queen slides off of turn 4. Turns 3 and 4 for the final time. He's finally going to be able to do it. Mason Diaz is a Cars Tour winner. He takes the USAR Pro Cup Throwback 225 at Hickory.